Hello, I'm going to do a series of mini pre-recorded webinars that cover the basics of how to fill out the grant application. These webinars are going to be categorized by sections as noted in the application. The 2017 Community-Based Juvenile Services Aid application for both the CB and EB grant program was released on October 3rd, 2016. This webinar will cover Section 3 of the grant application, which is the program summary. On page 4 of the grant application, you're going to complete this table to identify the primary goal of each program, service, or system improvement for which you are requesting funds. And you'll select the program type with which it best aligns. So the first line includes an example, and you may erase this if you want when you submit your grant application. Absolutely do not include match dollars on any of this. All the programs that you list in this table here should equal the amount that you request for your entire application. We need to make sure that every dollar in your application is allocated to a program, a specific program type. Also, do not use cents, round up or down to the nearest dollar like you do in the rest of the application. So, if you want to find your program type in the definitions, you click on this website right here. And it'll bring you to JJI's Evidence-Based Nebraska portion of the website. And if you want the classifications and definitions, you go to the left side on their website and click this document. And this is where it will tell you your overarching program type, and it'll tell you the 4 that you can choose from, and so on and so forth. So the next part of the program summary, which is section 3, is the program type narrative, and this is new this year. So the exciting thing about the program type narrative is that you're only going to answer program related questions once for each program type. Whereas last year, if you were requesting travel, operating expenses, personnel for one program, you were repeating yourself over and over as far as local data, program related questions. This way, you're only going to answer this set of 9 questions once for each program type. So as it states right here, you're going to fill out this table for each program type listed in the table above. So if you have 5 lines of different program types, you're going to fill out this table 5 different times. And we'll go through the question right now. So question 1, is this program or service funded in the 2016 CB or EB application? Simply check yes or no. And this is if your county or tribe funded this specific program type in the 2016 CB or EB application. If this program or service is not funded in your 2016 CB or EB application, then provide current local data that demonstrates the need for this position in your community. And we're very adamant, only use your local data. Do not use national data here. We only want to know exactly why you need this position or you need this program or service within your own community. The data must be current, local, and representative of the applicant's county or tribe and directly supports the need for the requested program or service. And this information is also outlined on page 10 of the request for application. And new this year, which is really exciting, the Juvenile Justice Institute has created a document that lists relevant data sources per program type. This document will also be posted on the Juvenile Justice website soon. It's not posted now. They're in the process of finalizing it, but it will be posted on the website soon. So if you are a truancy program and you are new this year, so for this question, is this program or service funded in the 2016 CB or EB application, and you check no, this is the first time you're requesting it, then you would have to answer this question. Therefore, you could go to this relevant resources document created by JJI, and they will give you a list of websites and resources where you can find the information needed to say that truancy is indeed a program that's a need within your community. If your program or service is funded in the current 2016 CB or EB application, do not answer this question. The reason being is because we expect to see the correlation in the community plan. Question number 2. Describe how this program or service uses practices that are supported by evidence-based research. Examples may include, but they are not limited to, the following. If you want to explain that you're using evidence-based curriculums, the use of screening and assessment tools, or incorporating evidence-based practices such as motivational interviewing. So here you would just describe how the practices being used in this program or service are supported by evidence and are effective or positively impacting youth. Number 3, list the priority in your community plan that is being addressed by this program or service. For this question, I want you to write verbatim the priority in your community plan that is being addressed by this requested program or service. Please do not put priority number 1. What we want to see is priority number 1 to address this specific need. We want exactly written verbatim what is in your community plan, because although we refer back to the community plan, it's nice to have this information directly on the application. Question 4. Is this program or service listed as a strategy in your community plan? Simply check yes or no. In accordance with our rules and regulations, Title 75, Chapter 1, each funding request is to be written consistent with the program development strategies outlined in the community plan. So if you answer no to this question, you must electronically submit a revised community plan that includes this specific request as a strategy. The community plan must be submitted with your application. Now, I want the community plan to be a separate document, but if indeed your plan is revised, then you need to make sure that you submit it with your application and no later. Number 5, provide a brief description of the program or service, such as you can include the following in your description. The purpose of the program. Describe how this program or service will address the priority listed in your community plan. Also talk about skills and knowledge to be gained by the youth participants in this program or service. Also talk about the description of key activities or services and the expected changes that the program will likely bring to your community. This information again is found on page 11 of the request for application. Question 6. Describe the target population being served by this program or service. Target population refers to the group or groups of youth a program or service is designed to serve. Applications should define the target population to include the following information: age, gender, ethnicity, the juvenile justice system point that this program is going to serve. Example, pre-adjudicated, adjudicated, pre-filing, no law contact. Also, characteristics that indicate risk. And finally, the agency responsible for supervision. Example, probation, DHHS, not applicable. Question number 7. List the referral source or sources for this program or service. A few questions to consider. How does the program receive referrals and determine who enters this program? Do all the referrals get accepted? List the agencies and/or individuals who refer you to this program or service. Question number 8. Provide the number of youth served from July 1st, 2015 through June 30, 2016. If this program or service was funded during this time frame, provide an unduplicated number of youth that were served during this time frame. You may contact the Juvenile Justice Institute to request this information or for them to help you look through the data that you have given to them and uploaded into the juvenile case management system to come up with an unduplicated amount of youth to be served. And finally, question number 9. If the program or service is newly funded, if this is the first time you're asking for it through CBA, provide the number of youth served from July 1st, 2016 through the time in which you're filling out the application to the current time. If the new program or service started on July 1st, then provide an unduplicated number of youth served since July 1st, 2016. And again, like I mentioned in question number 8, you may contact the Juvenile Justice Institute to request this information. And as it states here, refer to page 10 and 11 of the RFA for instructions. Again, remember that this table is to be filled out for each program type listed in this table above. And to reiterate, you must ensure that you allocate all the dollars that you're requesting, which you find on the total amount here for the requested amount. If you're requesting $200,000, then you must account for that in the total here. Do not include match dollars when you're identifying program type. And this concludes Section 3, Program Summary.